Cathie Wood just said Bitcoin's going to hit a $1.5 million market cap. Brian Armstrong is meeting with the government, and Gary Gensler is about to have a mental breakdown. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everybody. Today is July 18th. Welcome back to Crypto Daily. So a lot going on in the industry right now, especially with regulation, but Bitcoin still fighting with 30K. We've kind of seen some interesting momentum, both with what's been going on with XRP and all the momentum around that kind of good ruling for the industry. Jumping right into Cathie Wood. So if you don't know, she is the leader of ARK, and they invest in all sorts of tech and future investment horizons. So they're always looking at what's next. So they've been bullish on Bitcoin for a while. They've been bullish on Tesla and things like that. So, they've been known for calling out crazy predictions. I think right now they're predicting Tesla will hit $9,000 per share. So they're always out there with the crazy headlines, but they do tend to be right in the long run. So her bull case is $1.5 million per Bitcoin. That's what she just came out and said. So if you run some quick math on that, and I looked it up here, Bitcoin at $1 million would be about $20 trillion market cap. So at $30 trillion, that would give you $1.5 million per coin, which is about 2 times the market cap of gold. So, I think it's definitely possible. I wouldn't say that it's impossible. I've long said that my prediction is that Bitcoin will at least be worth as much as gold, which puts it at around $600,000 per Bitcoin to have an equivalent market cap to gold. So, I've long said that I think Bitcoin will be $600,000, in the next decade. So seeing it at $1.5 million, yeah, it sounds crazy, but putting it at 2 to 3x the market cap of gold, I think is not totally out of the realm of possibility. If you believe that Bitcoin is better technology, a better store of value, easier to transact with. There's a lot of reasons you could see that Bitcoin is that international asset that Larry Fink has recently called it. So I'm not against that prediction. I definitely think it's a little more outlandish. So I'm still sticking to my 600K prediction, but we'll see. So kind of along similar lines, approximately 7.7 million Bitcoin might be inaccessible. This has long been one of the topics in the crypto industry that many of us have talked about, which is Satoshi's coins and other coins that people have lost, and computers and hard drives that have been lost. How much Bitcoin is lost is up for debate. I think a lot of people have different opinions on it. I've heard a bunch of different numbers. I definitely think it's in the millions of Bitcoin. So 7.7 million. That's obviously 1/3 of all Bitcoin out there, which, if you consider that a limited supply is bullish for Bitcoin, then that makes it even more limited than the 21 million. So, I'd say that it's anywhere from a million to 7.7 million. I could see any range of that being accurate, but definitely helps with Cathie Wood's prediction. So funny headline just to kind of revisit, but every bear market comes to an end, says Rizzo on Twitter. So this is a headline when Bitcoin soared above $9 for the first time in almost a year, has soared 40% in the last month. So kind of a fun headline to see. Obviously, we're used to, Bitcoin being, 30K, 10K, 5K, depending on when you got in the industry. So fun to see. I obviously got in when Bitcoin was around $300. So anything above 1,000 is all gravy to me at the end of the day. This chart shows Mount Gox, so that's another little funny cameo. But yeah, just a cool headline to see. Every bear market comes to an end, so no matter how hard it gets, you got to just keep that in mind. I've been around for enough cycles to know that. So Gary Gensler is disappointed with the XRP ruling. I don't think anyone's surprised about that. I think a lot of people are worried that they're going to try to overturn the ruling. I think a play could be made if you think that it's possible that they're going to try to overturn it, which I definitely think is possible. You could take a short on XRP. So XRP is still doing pretty well. It's pretty much holding the entire rally after the ruling. So obviously, see here on July 11th, XRP is just kind of cruising along at 47 cents. Suddenly goes to 80 cents. So we're still sitting at 76 cents. I don't own any XRP, but I'm still, despite the fact of not being bullish on XRP, I still am a fan of the ruling, and the overall outcome of being a little bit more crypto positive. I think it's also a positive thing for the U.S. to show that while you can have these government bodies like the SEC like attacking crypto or attacking anything else, you can still have it played out in the judicial system where they don't have to, a judge or a set of judges don't have to play to the rules that an agency sets, especially in the context of an agency maybe having a little bit too strong of an opinion on certain things. And I think the SEC has definitely taken it too far in some directions, but that's an opinion of mine. So one thing I'm bullish on is that the government can have different bodies that have different opinions on things, and that's always been a good feature of the U.S. So speaking of regulation, Brian Armstrong is meeting with House Democrats. So it says it's a closed door session that will focus on digital asset legislation. And Brian Armstrong is seeking clearer rules on crypto from Washington. I don't think anyone's surprised about that. And I think all of us are, I think the general sentiment is the SEC is kind of playing this like regulation first or, enforcement first approach. And there's no real clear guidelines or path for any company, including Coinbase, to operate in this industry. And I think that's bearish for everybody involved. It's bearish for governments because they lose innovation, and it's bearish for companies because they don't know how to operate and how to build their business. So what we want to see is just clarity, and I think Coinbase has taken a good position, which is to say that they're not looking for a specific ruling, they're just looking for a ruling in general to have some clarity. So that's what I'm bullish on. I'm excited to see maybe something good comes out of that meeting. And overall, let's see Bitcoin hit 1.5 million. I'll see you guys tomorrow.